Niall Shepherd, first of all, congratulations on FAI Cup final. How does that feel?
We're all delighted. It's something we set as a target at the start of the year, and now we're there. Obviously we want to go an extra step further in the final and go on and win it, but everyone's delighted. We know how tough it was today, but thankfully we got over the line in the end.
It's actually it's a strange one, because Bray, even today, like if you watch them against either Colester or against Bowes in the earlier rounds, they actually played better today, and you probably would have got an even bigger scoreline if they played like they had in the other two, and they really did up their game for this particular game.
I think that's always Bray's way. Like when they come up against a big team, they always up their game. We every game so far we've played them this year has been either 1-0 or 0-0, so it shows how tight our games are against them, and we just knew if we came up today and everyone gave 100% and up there from Derry last week, we'd be in the final, and thankfully we were.
And you couldn't have asked for a tougher final. Like it's against probably one of the greater teams we've ever seen in the League of Ireland, in Dundalk's team from this year, and it is going to be one of your toughest tests to try to lift the silverware in the AVIVA Stadium.
Yeah, it will be. As everyone says, Dundalk are the team who are massive favourites to go on and win it, and obviously we're going into the final as underdogs, but I think we sort of like it. We probably prefer that. Like everyone sort of wrote this team off for the last 2 years, and hopefully they still do it and we can show them wrong.
Of course, you were part of that famous Shamrock Rovers team that were in the Europa League group stages. This Dundalk team, a lot of people are comparing to that team from 4 years ago. How would you see them in comparison to that team you were part of?
To be honest, I wouldn't really be bothered with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of that Dundalk team. I was obviously part of a great Shamrock Rovers team, but I wouldn't really take much notice of this Dundalk team. Obviously see their results on every week, but apart from that I wouldn't be studying their games or anything like that.
And back to Cork and to today's result, of course. There it looked like there was this great intensity there, and I mean if Peter Cherry hadn't had one of the games of his life, it could have been a much more comprehensive scoreline for Cork City.
Yeah, we had a tough game last week against Derry, and we knew everyone was disappointed coming off that. We should have played a lot better, but thankfully today everyone upped their game, and thankfully now we're in the final.
And of course it comes at a tough point where perhaps if this had been a small bit earlier and there weren't such a deficit behind Dundalk, it could really push that team up, because getting to a cup final is such a huge momentum booster, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think, well, especially for us, everyone's delighted now to be in the final, and we're all just looking forward to it now. We obviously have a couple more games to go in the season, and we hopefully tick each one of them off and try and secure second place, and then when the final comes around, hopefully we can go one step further and lift it.
Coming into it now this year, how have you found how have you found this season in general? Because it has been up and down for Cork City, and there have been some really high points, and there have of course been the big low points. How have you found this season so far?
I think everyone would look at it now and say it's a very successful season. We're second in the league and we're now in a cup final. It's something the club hasn't done in I can't remember how many years. I think it's like 8 years. So it's obviously been a long time coming for them, and everyone's just delighted to be a part of it now, and hopefully, as I said, go one step further and go on and lift it. That would make a very good season for us.
And finally, a word about the fans. I mean, you know what it's like playing in that home crowd, and even away, they have to be up there with the best fans in Ireland.
They are. I've had amazing fans at Shamrock Rovers as well, and down in Galway as well, but for me these are the best fans in the league. As you can see, they turned out in massive numbers today. I don't think any other fans would travel that far and bring out that many as we did.
Yeah.
I'd say we almost had the majority of the fans here today, and it shows how good they are.
Alright, thank you. Chris Lyons absolutely gutting to go out at this stage of the FAI Cup, but you battled them all the way, and it was just the one goal and the difference.
Yeah, we're absolutely devastated, to be honest with you. I thought we had more of the chances in the second half anyway. The last few minutes we had a good few chances, but just wasn't meant to be today, You
look at the quality of Cork, and it's strange how you probably played better today than you did against either Bowes or Colester in the last rounds. Could
say that, but we got the results in them, we didn't win today, so you take playing bad and win, and playing better and losing, I suppose, in a way, to get to the final. I would anyway.
Now all eyes are on 100% mathematically securing that there's no way you'll be in that playoff or in the relegation battle, and then once you have secured that, which it looks likely, it would have. Looking at where the club was a couple of months ago, it would come down as being a successful enough season.
Oh yeah, exactly. Next week now is a massive game up in Derry. Get a win there, and then we mathematically will be safe enough. So that's the main step for us now. After this, we just have to brush ourselves down and get on with it now.
Obviously, it's disappointing right now, directly after the game. But when you look at the fact that, like this time 6 months ago, it looked like there might not even be a Bray Wanderers, but come now.
It's a great group of lads now, and it would have been some season if we had got to the final. That would have been just unbelievable for all the players that were in that squad, because they've all done well this year, and they've all worked hard and stayed together through all the bad things and the good things and whatever. So they're credit to themselves. I think we're doing well as well, you know, if we stay up now, 5th or 6th place hopefully, you know.
And for yourself personally, of course, you've had experience at somewhere like Bowes or at UCD even before that, but like you've never had a season like you've had this year with the personal ups and downs and the club wide ups and downs. I mean, like even Bowes with whatever was going on there at the time, it was never as crazy as it was this year.
I don't know, it hasn't been crazy, but it's probably been one of my most enjoyable seasons, to be honest with you. It's a great group of lads, everyone stuck together, and we've done well. As you said, like we're in 6th place now, just get a result now and then hopefully just get it mathematically safe in the league. That'll be the main thing for us now, you know.
Finally, as a player, of course it's tough when there's such instability. Like at one point there was like 4 managers within about 5 weeks or something, but does that keep you on your toes a small bit when there's never, at that point there was never any comfort of your position in the starting team?
No, to be honest, I just worked hard every time. Whatever manager came in, I didn't really care. I just done my bit, and thank God I've stayed in the team for most of the season anyway, so I'm happy enough with how my season's gone now. But today I'm just gutted, to be honest with you, over this result.
Alright, thank you. Danny, congratulations, the winning goal that puts Cork City into the AVIVA Stadium for the first time since it's been redone. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. We've worked hard all year, and thought the lads were outstanding there. We were under the cosh there the last 10 minutes, and we stood strong, and just looking forward to the final now against Dundalk.
It must be a real bittersweet feeling when you see that ball hitting the net, but you've got that injury that's going to force you to come off.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Look, I signalled to the bench 5 minutes before that I was struggling. When I hit it, my leg just seized up. It was just cramp everywhere in my calf and hamstring. Couldn't move. I knew I was gone off then, but just delighted to hit the back of the net.
It shows the quality in your squad that you can go off and someone like a Cork City legend like Donagh Flynn can come on to replace.
Yeah, Flinney's qualities, unbelievable finisher, has all the experience, helps all young lads in training, and it's a good player to bring on.
And the AVIVA Stadium, that's going to be quite the experience, isn't it? Have you been there to watch many of the international games?
I've only been there once. It's going to be an unbelievable experience to even play there, but yeah, we can't wait for now in 1 month's time.
And it couldn't be a tougher cup final. I mean, there's probably not been a better team in a cup final since they've started doing them at the AVIVA. This Dundalk team are brilliant. It's going to take another level above what we saw today to beat Dundalk.
It's the 2 best teams in the league, in this. Yeah. Dundalk first, us second. Look at it, last year it was first and second, and the final game last year was a great game. Just pipped on the last day, but yeah, we'll concentrate in the league now, and probably a week before the cup final we'll assess all that and we'll get down to work on that.
You mentioned concentrating on the league. It is very important because Shamrock Rovers are still chasing that second place spot. Even if Dundalk looked like it would be a fierce miracle if you did win that league, but it's going to be a big challenge to stay ahead of Shamrock Rovers.
We're looking to secure second and get European football again next year. That's, I think, the league, well, it's pretty much gone, but it's European football, and second spot is our target now.
And I have to, of course, whenever you talk to a Cork City player, you have to talk about the fans. They have to be some of the best in Ireland.
Unbelievable. To be honest, it felt like a whole match out there tonight. To support the Cork brought up, it's unbelievable. I'm sure they'll do it again for the final, and they've been unbelievable all year. You've seen that in Turner's Cross?
Yeah.
Unreal.
Alright,